In July 2022, the National Assembly of Zambia enacted the Children's Code Bill into law, which is now the Children's Code Act No. 12 of 2022. The legislation domesticates the Convention on the Rights of the Child, the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, the Convention on the Protection of Children and Cooperation in respect of inter-country adoption. The Act is in line with global child rights standards and aims to safeguard vulnerable children who experienced violence, abuse, and neglect and ensure their access to justice. On 6th of March 2023, Advocacy for Child Justice, together with the Parliamentary Committee on Youth, Sport and Child Matters, and other key partners, conducted a public hearing on the implementation of the Children's Code Act. This was held in Chisamba District of the Central Province, which is located about 70 kilometers north of Lusaka. The Parliamentary Committee, comprising members of the esteemed legislative body, arrived at the Chisamba District Commissioner's office with an air of formality. The committee chairperson, Dr. Christopher Kalila, led the delegation, which was received by the Chisamba District Commissioner and Council chairperson. The courtesy call served as an introduction to the visit and set the tone for a constructive and collaborative engagement between the committee and the local officials.
Extend our sincere gratitude for the warm welcome that you have accorded to us this morning. Basically, our mission here, as I earlier said, is to engage into a community discussion with the people of Chisamba, what we call a public hearing. And this relates to the Child Code Act.
With mutual understanding and cooperation, the delegation proceeded to the public hearing, ready to engage with the people of Chisamba District and gather valuable feedback on matters related to the Children's Code Act. Dr. Christopher Kalila, the chairperson of the committee, provided introductory comments to outline the goals and purposes of the public hearing.
We are here for interactive discussion. We are here for dissemination and sensitization. We are here also to get feedback from yourselves, to just give us notice to what is contained in this. Mr. John can help us with that, who is our advocate from Child Justice.
Prior to the event, ACJ Executive Director Mr. Josephat Njovu oriented the members of Parliament at the National Assembly on the provisions of the Children's Code Act No. 12 of 2022 in preparation for the public hearing in Chisamba. He further gave a high-level overview of some of the provisions that have been included in the Children's Code Act.
For the nation of a piece of legislation that speaks to the issues of child friendliness, meaning that we have a law that takes a child as a child and not also looking at a child in a different way. So we think that we have the law that takes into consideration the vulnerability of children in Zambia. We have different laws speaking to children differently, and also, as it's been alluded to, that a child was defined differently in different pieces of legislation, and that posed a lot of problems, because then you find, I think as we go into a discussion, that you find that the penal law allows a child of 17 years to be defiled, because it says any kind of knowledge of the child or a person is under 16, it means that it's defilement. What about a 17-year-old? What about an 18-year-old? It means that it leaves that child very vulnerable. But then the canon of this Children's Code Act, it has defined who a child is. We still have a lot of work in terms of harmonizing other pieces of legislation to speak to what is defined by the Constitution, one, and 2, Children's Code Act. And what is important is that now we have all matters that related to a child brought or amalgamated into one law.
The team, comprising of the members of parliament, directors of various civil society organizations and senior government officials, interacted with Chief Liteta and Chief Shamuka, who were part of their hearing. The two chiefs outlined a number of issues that needed to be addressed in order to provide a healthy foundation for the Children's Code Act. Furthermore, the traditional leaders emphasized the importance of making the Children's Code Act readily available and translated into languages to ensure better comprehension.
These are the new issues that we have to address. So the thing is, how are we going to implement this when people do not know about this? That now, marrying of children is an offense. You read Romans 10, chapter 15. How can they know if he does not been taught? What I'm recommending here is coming up with a deliberate policy where we have a robust sensitization program. We have done a lot of advocacy and we have spent a lot of money on advocacy. It's high time that we left wars like this and stop signing monies on those forms and go out in the field to act, because cases are everywhere in the field and not in the office. We need to go out there.
As part of the day's activities, the delegation further proceeded to Chisamba Primary and Secondary School to conduct public awareness campaigns aimed at catalyzing grassroots awareness on the Children's Code Act. The public hearing accorded stakeholders, which included the teachers, pupils, community health workers, traditional and faith-based leaders, the opportunity to highlight some of the enforcement challenges associated with the Children's Code Act. The various stakeholders remain eager to see how parliamentary intervention will address some of the challenges that were raised during the event.